The book of Isaiah, chapter 32 and verse 2. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha, Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. And Shalom to 144,000. It's the brother Amawan Padah from the GMS Denver camp, doing a lesson in regards to how a man of the Lord is going to be a covering for you women out there, man, in the times we're coming into. All right, the time known as Jacob's trouble. All right, where Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is going to come down having great wrath, all right, upon the population, especially you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians out there. All right, and this was really based off of a dream that I had, recently. And it just came back to my memory, and I want to, share it with you. And it's it was a short dream, but it was very powerful. And I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. All right, the dream that I had, it took place in the ocean. All right, and it was like a storm in the ocean, and there were people on a ship. There were Israelites. They were on like a ship in this ocean, in this storm. And, it got really violent. The storm got really, really violent. And it was like water was coming up on the ship. And it was like some kind of crazy news event that was going on, man. I'm not sure exactly what caused the water to, act the way it was acting. But it was like a huge event that was going on. And in the vision, I seen people on the ship, all right, Israelites on the ship. And it was mainly women on the ship. And the ship was being like tossed upside down in the water. Like, it was crazy. And I remember seeing people getting swept away out in the ocean. Okay. Everybody was screaming. It was crazy. And I remember a lot of women were getting swept out in that water. And one thing I remember about that dream that stuck out to me was the fact that there was this one woman in the dream that was holding on to an Israelite man, while the other ones were trying to, pretty much do their own thing. They didn't have a man. But this one woman in the dream held on to this man, and she was safe because the man was stable. He was holding on to like the bars or whatever that was in the ship. He was holding on to something, and he was stable. And the woman that held on to him was stable, while the other women were getting, tossed out to sea. So that's the dream I had. You know what I'm saying? I believe that's very spiritual, man. All right, because a man of the Lord is going to be that hiding place from the time that's coming upon the earth, man. All you single women out there that say you don't need a man, y'all going to get swept away in a coming flood, man, because the scriptures tell you that the enemy's going to come in like a flood, man. Matter of fact, let's get that precept real quick. All right, here we have the book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and verse 19, and it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. You see, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, shall lift up a standard against him. This is going into spiritual power that's going to be given to the elect man of the Lord, man, that time. All right, it's documented here in the scriptures that certain elect men will receive spiritual power, all right, to defend against that flood, man. The flood being our enemies coming in and running down on us, man. All right, Esau's planning to flood you Israelites, man. When I say that, I mean they're planning to run in on you, man. Cart us off to these concentration camps or these death camps. All right, all these things are getting ready to take place, man. It's biblical prophecy. But the Lord says right here, he's going to raise up a standard, man. He's going to step in on behalf of the elect, all right? Starting with the Israelite man. Okay, the elect Israelite man. This is our future right here. Lord willing, we be of that number, man. Okay, but I wanted to bring this out because it mentions a flood right here. And that's what I saw in that dream. It was like the water was like, it was crazy. It was throwing the ship up. It was turning the ship upside down. Water was going all, man, it was crazy. Okay. Imagine that, being on the ocean, and that's happening, and you're on you're on a boat, and the boat that you're on is getting flipped upside down in the ocean and turned over this way and that way. All right. That's what was happening in the dream. The ocean, the waves were just going on the deck and everything, man. It was nuts. It was scary. All right. Well, it's going to be like that in Jacob's trouble, man. This devil's finna come down here in great wrath. He's finna put a lot of Israelites to death, man, including women. A lot of women are going to die, man. All right. Men, women, and children. But in the dream, I saw a lot of women being swept out by that water. Okay. But the elect man in that dream, who I perceived to be, an elect man, he was stable. Though the water was hitting him, all right, him and his woman were upright. They weren't being swept out, man. They were standing up, and taking it, man. That's how it's going to be in the time of Jacob's trouble. The women who cleave unto the men of the Lord, they're going to be safe. All right. So all you independent, I don't need a man, women, you finna suffer in this time we're coming into. You're going to be a victim of what's coming. All right, I had to bring this out. All right. Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. And in that day, 7 women, all right, which is a complete number, all right, shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. What is that talking about, man? I might get this in the NLT, the New Living Translation, all right? But it's talking about in the time that we're coming into, you women, all right, all that pride is going to go out the window, all right? And you're going to have multiple women seeking a man of the Lord, man, or any man at that day. But the men of the Lord are going to be the ones that are stable in that time. Pookie and Ray Ray and all these guys that ain't serving the Lord, they finna die. All these gangbangers and pimps and thugs and businessmen out there or whoever, if they're not serving the Lord, they ain't going to have that hedge of protection around them. It's going to be the men of the Lord that's going to have women cleaving unto them, because they're going to be seeing that they're protected in the time we're coming into. Because the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua is going to protect the elect man in that day. And you're going to have women saying, hey, look, just let us be called by thy name. Because they're going to want that protection. All right. That's how they're going to survive, man. And when it says, let us be called by thy name, what do you think that means? That means they want to be called by your name. Because in this society, when a man takes on a woman, she takes his last name, symbolic of marriage, man, joining together. All right. You see, that's what's going to be happening in the time we're coming into. All right. It also tells you that women shall be saved in childbearing, man. That's going to be taking place too. All right. They're going to get their act together in Jacob's trouble, because it's going to get that turbulent. It's going to get that bad, man. It's going to be overwhelming, man. Just like that dream I had, man. The water was overwhelming that ship. It was, man, it's going to be like that. You see? And, a woman without a man in that time, that's a sad case. It's going to be a sad case. All right. So in order to take away their reproach or their embarrassment of being alone, all right, they're going to want to cleave unto a man of the Lord and have his children, man, to be joined unto him in his house. All right. So, yeah, man, that's kind of what I saw in that dream. That woman was cleaving unto that man, that Jake man in that dream. All right. And the only reason why the elect is going to be stable in the time we're coming into is because the Lord is going to impart the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding unto the elect men. Okay. They're going to have what it takes to get through the time we're coming into, because the Lord, first of all, is going to be protecting them. And like I said, he's going to give them the mind to make it through Jacob's trouble. They're going to have faith, man, which is a resource that can't be bought or paid for. That's what the elect man has. And it's going to cause things to happen. All right. For them and those who are with him. All right. Men, we're going to have women and children, following them through Jacob's trouble, being protected, guided by the Lord, man. All right, it's gonna be beautiful. But matter of fact, I want to get Isaiah 33:6 real quick. All right, here we have it right here. Book of Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Awashai is his treasure. All right. And that's something that the men of the Lord have. All these things right here, the elect man will have wisdom and knowledge. All right. It's going to cause them to be stable in the times we're coming into. All right. And guess what? They have the strength of salvation on their mind, man. That's part of the armor of Yahweh Bashmi Awashai. It tells you in Ephesians the 6th chapter, the helmet of salvation. They're going to have a hope that these other men ain't going to have, man. They're going to see that their guns are they're going to fail them, all right? Because you got these carnal Israelites out here who reject the truth and they feel like they can get their own salvation without the Lord. Hey, they're going to lose their damn minds, man. They're going to be hopeless out here. We're not going to be hopeless. We're going to have salvation on our mind because we know about Yahweh Bashmi Awashai, and he's the one that's protecting us and guiding us. All right, and that confidence and faith is gonna emanate from us, man, in that time. And women are gonna see that. All right. And the fear of the Lord is our treasure, because that's what holds everything together, man. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. The fear of the Lord tendeth to life, as the scriptures tell you. All right. So, you know, wisdom and knowledge is going to keep us stable, just like that man in that dream was stable, holding on to the side of the ship. He wasn't being swept away. And like I said, the woman cleaved unto him, rather, while the rest of the women were being swept away out to sea. So I want to get something else that, you know, comes to my mind in regards to that